Welcome to my kitchen and welcome to my channel Cake. I'm your hostess Suzanne. Today we're going back to the basics. This back to the basics is how to make American buttercream. I have more back to the basics videos and I will link those in the description box below. Let's go ahead and get started. You want to start with softened butter. You want to have it at room temperature. You want to be able to squish it down like that. And I prefer using unsalted butter as I like to control the amount of salt I put in my buttercream. And my recipe for American buttercream is for every 1 stick of butter, I put in 2 cups of sifted powdered sugar. So today I'm going to use 4 sticks of butter that are softened, and I'm going to go ahead and put those in the mixer. I find using 3 sticks of butter to 6 cups of powdered sugar is about the right amount for a standard size cake. I like to have a little extra on hand in case I want to do a little extra decorating. You want to mix this butter for a good 3 to 4 minutes or maybe even more. It will become a pale yellow. It'll make your buttercream really nice and soft. Okay, let's go ahead and get that started. I'm going to let this go for about 4 minutes. See you in a little bit. Okay, my butter just mixed for about 4 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Lower my bowl. And as you can see here, it has turned into a nice pale yellow. It is time to add half of our powdered sugar. Let's go ahead and put this back on. Let's go ahead and add half of our powdered sugar, which will be 4 cups. At this point, it doesn't have to be perfect 4 cups, just about half. You definitely want to start this on slow. You'll have powdered sugar all over your face. Don't ask me how I know. Let's go ahead and raise our bowl up and start it on slow. You can actually put your hands over it too, just as a double precaution. And start on slow. Not too bad. When you see it starting to incorporate, you can go ahead and crank it up a little bit more. You want to mix it thoroughly until all of the powdered sugar is incorporated into the butter before you add in your next batch. After I see that the first half is incorporated into the butter, I like to give it another 30 seconds to a minute just to make sure it's nice and creamy and all incorporated. That looks pretty good. At this halfway mark, I want to scrape down my bowl to make sure all of my butter is incorporating with my powdered sugar. Now that I have scraped down the sides of my bowl, I want to add just a pinch of salt into my last batch of powdered sugar. It doesn't really matter when you add the salt. I don't like to add it to the butter. I like to add it to the powdered sugar. Let's go ahead and add that in there. Tap, tap, tap. We'll get to the vanilla and the milk here in a little bit. Let's go ahead and add the next 4 cups of powdered sugar. Again, remember we're using 4 sticks of butter, so with 8 cups of powdered sugar. Okay, I got the second half of the powdered sugar in. Let's go ahead and again, we're going to start it on slow. Raise our bowl. Start it on slow. This time we have all the powdered sugar in there, so it's pretty full in there. Yay! It goes through stages. And sometimes you think you might be doing this wrong, but this is right. Let's go ahead and crank up the speed. Ooh, a little powder dust. As you can see here, it's starting to get creamy. That's exactly what we want to see. At this point, our buttercream frosting is not smooth enough and it doesn't really have any flavor other than the sugar and the butter. Let's go ahead now and add our 2 teaspoons of vanilla into our frosting. I don't add the milk until I can see what the consistency of the buttercream is first. Okay, let's go ahead and stir that up. As you can see, it's very, very thick. It looks more like cookie dough than frosting at this point. That's not the thickness we want. So let's go ahead and add there's really no measurements. There's no exact measurements for this. It's just more of an eyeball. Let's go ahead and add maybe 2 tablespoons now. Set that down and lift this back up. Let's go ahead and start on slow because the cream or the milk can slush up on you too. So let's go ahead and do that. When we think we're getting close to the right consistency, I like to stop, lower my bowl, and scrape down my sides just to make sure everything's incorporated. And at this point, when you're using this big of a batch, you want to go ahead and scrape down your paddles as well. Okay, I went ahead and scraped down the sides. Let's go lift it back up. And I can see that it's still too thick. I'm going to add some more cream here and start on slow. I turned it off. Now I'm going to go ahead and see if I like the consistency. And how I do it is I stick my finger in there and I just go like this, a little swish, swish back and forth. If I feel like that's the right consistency for me to frost a cake, then I go ahead and stop there. Simple as that. And here we have our final product, our American Buttercream. See how nice and luscious this is? It's soft enough that it's going to fall off your paddle, and that's exactly what you want to happen. You don't want it to be so thick that it stays on like a cookie dough. We're not making cookies, we're making frosting today. Cookies maybe later, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in to Back to the Basics video today. I really appreciate it. I thoroughly enjoyed myself creating this video for you, and I hope you've enjoyed watching it and maybe learned a tip or two. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. It really helps me out a lot. It's super simple. You just click a little button that says subscribe, and then if you'd like to be notified every time I create a video, you can hit that bell. It's called a notifications bell. It'll send you an email every time I upload a video. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. That lets me know I'm on the right track. Again, this is Back to the Basics. This is American Buttercream version. I hope you've enjoyed your day. I know I have. Until next time, make it a great day.